If you want to be successful, you have to be teachable. A lot of men want better results in life, but we want them with old habits, old thinking, and without going through the phase of growing and learning. Life rewards men who are willing to self improve. I'll say that again. Life rewards men who are willing to improve. So, if you want to level up in life, you should seek knowledge. Find books or find information with people who have done what you're trying to do, whether it's your career, whether it's a business, whether it's an arts or a craft, or whatever you're into. There's plenty of information out there for you to get to that level. It's not going to happen overnight, but you can do it. You have to be willing to look for the information and apply the information. One of the biggest reasons a lot of men stay stuck at certain levels of life, where we get frustrated, and I've been frustrated at times, it's because of our ego. It's the ego. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out next week. I'll put the work in. I'll hustle and I'll grind until I get it. And we have to understand that real confidence is being secure enough for you to be a student and for you to learn, right? Ask questions, accept feedback, positive or negative. And sometimes you got to go out there, you got to hire a coach or a mentor because they can give you the game plan of what works. They can give you all the information about the steps you need to take to get where you want to go. So, for example, Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant were probably the two greatest basketball players of all time, greatest athletes of all time. They went out and they hired a personal trainer. This man was Tim Grover, and he wrote a book called Relentless. It's a great book. It's a bestseller. Why did they hire him? Right? Because they wanted to level up mentally, they wanted to level up physically, and they know if they did that, it will get them on a winning track, and that also helps them out financially, right? Because you start winning MVPs, you start winning championships, you get commercials, you get endorsements, you get other opportunities, right? So if the best players in a certain field, like a professional athlete, is willing to hire someone to take them to the next level, then you should too. I'm not a professional athlete. If you're watching this video, you're probably not a professional athlete, but we are all players in this game of life. So go find somebody who's been putting in the work, has been doing what you're trying to do, and get the information and apply it. All right. I'll give you another example. I had a family member. He was a forklift driver, right? Good job, paid pretty well, pretty good benefits, but he didn't want to do that for the next 30 years. But he took a good job because he had experience in. So he gets hired at this warehouse. And within the first year, he was asking questions. He was showing up on time. He was doing what he was supposed to do. He was always on point. Supervisor, the bosses came up to him and was like, hey, man, once you get these other forklift drivers on point, show them what you're doing, they can help out the operation. He worked at this gigantic warehouse. It's like a 24/7 warehouse, shipping products all over the world. So he does that. So he gets up with the guys, the forklift guys, starts having meetings, starts having conversations, starts kicking it with them. He gets everybody on the same page, and now the forklift operation in this warehouse is on point, and they're making shit happen. So 5-6 years later, they asked him to run another part of the operation. Hey, this other part of the business is kind of struggling. Can you talk to these people? Can you figure something out? He goes over there and does it. He gets promoted again. So within a handful of years, he's one of the people running this multi-million-dollar warehouse operation from a logistical side, but he had to learn the ins and outs of the business. He had to learn what's coming in, what's going out, who's working here. He's working on schedules. He's also involved in the hiring process. He leveled up because he had a mindset, right? He had a mindset that he didn't want to be the low man on the totem pole, because when you're a low man on the totem pole and you're refusing to learn, you're refusing to improve, you get cut first. You get laid off first. They cut off the fat, and they want to keep the high performers in the business. So whatever business or career or whatever grind you got going on, you should be looking to improve it. You should be looking for more information to get better, because new levels of life are going to require new wisdom and new skills, right? Serious men always stay students. I want you guys to always stay a student. Because you know why? Because students of the game learn from everything. Learn from the wins. We learn from the losses. We learn from failures, and we can learn from other people's mistakes. So you don't got to make them. You just got to pay attention, right? And I don't want you guys to fall into the trap of the endless information loop that people can go into. I Started in e-commerce a couple years ago, and that grew into a brand that I started, right? But I read a couple books on marketing and branding and clothing, and I watched a whole bunch of videos. And as months gone by, I still hadn't started the business. I still hadn't kicked it off until finally I did it and I started, and I learned the hard way about being an entrepreneur and building a business, that there's certain things you can't read in a book. There's certain things you can't just get secondhand. You kind of got to go through it. So it's about getting information and applying it to your situation. If you don't do this, what tends to happen is you will fall behind, right? Because the world's moving fast and it's very competitive, right? So if you get books, audio books, real books, courses, whatever, learn the lesson and apply it. If you hear some dope advice, it may not even be about your business. Just you hear somebody going through something, you hear some advice from another sector of life, try it for yourself. Put it into practice. See if it works for you. This is growth. Growth is about applying the knowledge, not just reading and not just journaling and not just trying to manifest shit to make it happen. It's applying the knowledge that you get. And once you get this and you start applying it, you got to stay humble, because a lot of men rise fast and they fall fast too, because life is a journey, right? And if you stay humble during this journey, you're going to be good with the ups and the downs and all the bullshit that comes with it. Because trust me, if you get a little bit more money, you get a little more successful, you're going to get a lot of people going to show you love. You're going to get some haters. It just is what it is, right? So if you stay humble, you'll be prepared for it. So if you're trying to level up, you have to stay a student. This is a great mindset for you to have. If you're stuck in life, if you're struggling in a particular situation, stay a student, right? No matter your age, your race, your background, or how successful you may get, you gotta keep learning, bro. The grind doesn't stop for ambitious men. It don't stop. It's just on to the next level, on to the next challenge, on to the next move, right? So as soon as you think you got it all figured out, you're gonna get sloppy. You're gonna start making mistakes. You're gonna fall behind. And people are like, damn, he fell off. Why did he fall off? He didn't stay sharp. He didn't stay on point. He didn't see what's going on around the world in his personal life. Because you get to a certain point, you get a certain type of car, you get a certain type of lifestyle. You got to keep improving, man. A lot of people probably depend on you. You got friends, you got family, you got colleagues. Step up, be the MVP. Be a superstar. You were born a superstar. I made a video about that months ago. You were born to be a superstar on this planet. You were born for a reason. You are a man. You should be striving to become great. And I want that for you guys. I don't want you guys to fall off and to be mad at life and it's unfair, because life isn't fair. The world isn't fair. Right? So my best advice to you is always remain a student. Stay locked in. Stay confident. Stay sharp. Keep evolving. Keep growing. And you'll get there. You'll get there. We may not be overnight, but you'll get there. That's the message for today. If you guys like this type of content, I want you to smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the vibe. Y'all know what to do. I'm up out of here. It's your guy, L Train.